Alrighty, so here we are. This is the finished wireframe for my website's homepage. And I'm going to just take you through some of the steps that we need to create and move this from being a wireframe into a prototype. I am not going to go step by step on how to create boxes, how to import images, those types of pieces. You should be able to do that on your own. But what I am going to show you is how we use this wireframe instead to create our prototype. So here we are, and we've still got our 960 12 column grid that's behind this. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of it. So there it is. That's kind of what the website looks like. The other thing I did is I widened out my page. You can see the extra white space on the left and right. And what I did is I just went into page setup like we did at the very beginning, and I made my page wider. I did that on purpose so that we can add a background to this, because we have like our main web content, but I decided I wanted to do some background pieces. So now we're going to actually start adding in the visuals instead of just these boxes and placeholders. So the first thing I did is I decided I'm going to add in my logo. So there's my logo, and I decided this is what I want the color for the header, and I decided I wanted it to go all the way across a browser screen, not just inside of a box. So this would exist outside of my wrapper. And there's my wrapper, the next piece, and I wanted it a little bit lighter color. And then I put in my navigation bar. What you can't really see here because of the overlapping in PowerPoint is the fact that now my text is in the actual font that I want it, and it's in the actual color that I want it. And everything I have here is in the actual colors, sizes, positioning, all of that stuff that I need it to be in the end. I do know where I need my footer because I'm working off of my wireframe, so I add that piece in. Again, you can't really see that, but that's the very bottom copyright. I've added that in a light color. So now there's a real image, so it's not just that placeholder anymore. Now I'm going to add in the real headline that I want. I'm going to use the color and the font that I want and the size that I want. It's going to be positioned. Notice that it also has a dotted underline. That would be a border bottom that I created, and that is in the color that I want. And I did the same thing for sightings over on the other side. So I'm starting to just one by one add in elements. Now the next thing you're going to see is this text box. And in reality, I'm not going to have that big ugly black border for my text, but it's got to fill that amount of space. It's telling me how wide it's going to be. And when I put this in, now it's still just some lorem ipsum type text. And this text is in the color that I want, it's in the font that I want, the size that I want, line height, space between paragraphs, all of that kind of stuff, because it's going to guide me in the next step. There are my two colored background boxes. There are actual images, not just the placeholder box. Again, now there's some actual text in here. And I changed the fonts for the headlines. It's the actual fonts for the text. And notice where it says read more about their story. That is in green. That would be the color that I want my links to be. So I've been thinking through all of these elements. So really a lot of the design is being taken care of before I even start to code. One of the last things I do is I colorize that sign up for our newsletter. You're going to notice some of the positioning changed just a little up at the top, and that's because my logo ended up being taller than what my little box was because I developed the logo afterwards. So I fixed the alignment of it, and that's fine. That is perfectly fine. And then the very last thing I do is I add in, there's my background. So this is what the finished product looks like. Where you have, it looks like a clickable website. I could go in and click on, or I would think I could click on things like submit, and I could sign up for a newsletter. I could click on any one of those links. Reality, no, this is just a PowerPoint presentation. So this is how you can get your website to look like what you want it to in the end using a tool like PowerPoint. And remember, you'll need to do this for each and every one of those 4 pages that's part of the assignment. So you're going to want to do this for your homepage. You're going to do this for your sign-up page, the landing page, and your confirmation or thank you page. I've just shown you the homepage here, but you will be expected to do all 4 of those. So I hope that this helps for those of you who are not familiar or comfortable with Photoshop, that this gives you a viable alternative for laying out your website, and that PowerPoint is a good option for you. So with that, good luck, and I'm looking forward to seeing your projects. Thank you.